DC here. Hi, guys and gals. Well, I hope you're well. It is Friday. Yeah, I don't usually vlog on Fridays, but for different reasons, I just didn't either get into the vlogging mode or wasn't able to for other reasons. But yeah, today's Friday, and any day is as good as another to sit down and have a chat. Yesterday was pretty cool. I had a Zoom meeting, or I should say a Zoom chat, with a person in California. I won't give his name online, but if you're watching, it was great. It really was, and it's a person that I think found me by watching, a tag video. Amusing, isn't it? Yeah, a tag video, and we're both Christians, and I guess that maybe some of my answers were the right ones. It's a bit amusing, but we had a first chat. I mean, we'd been communicating online, and actually mostly either by comments or via the private messaging on X, and it was pretty good. Actually, I really enjoyed that. The person itself he's actually younger than my boys, but that makes no difference. Yeah, so that was cool. I chatted about that. I was gonna talk with someone, and I was asked, "Aren't you worried?" And I thought all of a sudden, what was it? How many years ago now? Oh goodness, it's like, goodness sakes, when did I meet Tweetness and finally all of her family? It's like in the early 2000s, something like that, or mid 2000s. And people I remember told her, especially when they came over to Switzerland at the time, do you know where you're going? Do you even know these people? And so on. And it's funny, isn't it? I mean, it's like, despite the way the world is growing, we're still being careful, aren't we, of who we're meeting? And there's a lot of wackos out there. I mean, I'm probably a wacko. Who knows? Yeah. But, in that case, for example, in the case of Tweetness and her family, it blossomed to an absolutely wonderful friendship. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, people have had years and years ago something called pen pals, and it was. Did I actually have a pen pal? I don't think I actually did. No, we were probably offered at the time because there were like associations, usually the schools, for that. No, I didn't. When I was in grade school, the Catholic Church would have little cards, and usually these little cards would have pictures of children from China. Yeah, children from China. Usually there were drawings or things like that. Sometimes there were actual pictures. I think mostly drawings. And, the whole idea behind that would be that you would, so to say, adopt a friend and give a few pennies or something, that would go towards, I suppose, feeding them and saving their soul or whatever. I mean, the money went into some missionary organization. We all knew that. But, yeah, that's probably the closest I ever had to some type of pen pal. And who knows what they were called. I don't know. Yeah. The internet and all of social media certainly changed that a lot, hasn't it? I'm not going to get into a vlog about social media because we've done so many of those lately, for both the good and the bad of the whole thing. But nevertheless, I mean, look at all the people you have met. And since I'm talking via YouTube, look at all the people that you've met via YouTube or social media. But essentially, in my case, it's been via YouTube. Yeah, most of them have disappeared. Some have disappeared towards Facebook. Some have just disappeared. Some I know are still there, but more or less, I was going to say more or less being ghosted by them. But overall, yeah, and actually before I saw many of them have actually passed away. Yeah, we've been on there long enough for that. Yeah. Oh, getting back with people, isn't that something? Yeah. This afternoon, well, actually later on this evening, I've got four, yeah, four ex-work colleagues, because I'm the only one who's retired, who are coming over. We're going to make a raclette, so melted cheese, but I've got like the half wheels of the cheese, and so we're putting it on, and we're going to be actually melting it, and so it's it's basically melted cheese on potatoes with pickles and stuff like that. It's a Swiss thing. You might find it also in the Savoie part of France, I guess, but it's mostly a Swiss. It's mostly a Swiss thing. And you get around and you have drinks, a lot of drinks, a lot of drinks. No, actually, you drink a lot of white wine with the raclette, but we're not purists. Actually, we tend to drink red wine as well, because we say red wine goes well with cheese, and it's funny because a lot of people do that here as well, but officially it's a sacrilege anyway. So yeah, looking forward to that, and getting the gossip on what's going on at the ex-workplace, and one of the friends has moved on to another job, so I'm looking forward to see how he's doing. And again, what was interesting in all that is, like, I'm the old guy. I'm 66. The next person, let me see. I think Hans Peter is 56 probably, around there, about 10 years less than I am. Then there's Vincent. I mean, I can say their first names, it's no big deal. There's two Vincents. Vincent, one is in his early 40s, and Vincent 2 is probably mid 30s, and there's Alex. Alex is also in his mid 30s. Yeah. Let me see. Two are divorced. One has a young family with 2 kids, and one is a bachelor, and one is retired. That's just me. So that's quite amusing. Yeah. Well, Mrs. DC will be with us as well. I mean, she lives there, so we're not going to banish her. But as she said, she's going to eat with us, and then she'll see. She'll just see, how it goes. I mean, if we start getting into chatting, especially when you're like 5 young men, and 3 of them are basically, so to say, either single or divorced, it might go to a chat about the woman in the company, and if they're interested, and if they have any new people. Oh, people are passing by and walking, because this is one of the paths not far from the park where I usually walk, and I like coming here. It's kind of quiet and it's nice. Yeah. So yeah, just getting into a chat like that. What else happened this week? I know there's something that happened, but well, I did chat with my mom, and oh yeah, there is one thing that happened. It's really interesting as far as I'm concerned. Since I've talked about changing our heating system, and that's going to happen eventually after close to a year, but we're going to get actually some subsidies. Oh yeah, subsidies, very fun, and I'm very happy. I'm just slightly cynical, because to be able to get the subsidy, you've got to get what you call an energy evaluation of the house, which costs a lot of money. I talked about that before. And that subsidy is going to be counting as a revenue. So you'll actually be paying income tax on it. So at the end, you look at the number and you say, okay, we'll probably reduce it by close to half. Anyway, that's the way life is anyway. And I do see the time. It's 9.5 minutes. So that'll be DC signing off. Take care, everybody. I hope you have a good weekend, which is coming up. And talk to you soon. Bye-bye.